Hello everyone, this is Jared LaFleche. I am the owner and dealer principal of LaFleche Ford, and I'm here today to present to you a little bit about my business and my business plan. So today we're basically going to be talking about the business vision for LaFleche Ford, the location and market that I've chosen for the business, the information about site preparation and facility planning, the organization and structure of my business, the key products and services, some planned sales activities that LaFleche Ford has, and a little bit about the financial management of the business. So we'll start off talking about our business. So at LaFleche Ford, our vision is to provide the best automotive dealership experience in the United States and to inspire customers to return for all of their automotive needs. Our mission is to be a leader in customer service by consistently providing a friendly, courteous, and energetic attitude in the sales and servicing of new and used vehicles. LaFleche Ford focuses on using modern tactics and old-fashioned values of honesty and transparency to provide a perfect dealership visit every time for each customer. So we'll talk a little bit about the values of LaFleche Ford. So first of all, here at LaFleche Ford, we are very customer oriented. The customer is always number one priority, and we believe in 100% customer satisfaction at all times. The next thing we value is our honesty. And this is for both employee and customer being honest with both employees and customers. The reason being that honesty is always the best policy, and it's very important to be honest with your employees and your customers so that everybody knows what is happening. Another thing is our transparency. So it's very important to be transparent as well with your customers and your employees because it shows that you're honest and it shows that you act with integrity at all times. So a little bit about the business location. So I chose my location in Romulus, Michigan. It's in the Detroit metro area. So as you can see here, here's a state map showing, the little star here is in the Detroit metro area. Here's a county view in Wayne County. The star again is where the location would be. And then here's a map of the local. The black star in the middle, that's LaFleche Ford again. And then there's a key with all the other stars. Those are the competition, such as independent repair facilities, collision shops, aftermarket parts stores, used car dealers, Chevy dealers, Ford dealers, other things like that. So here is a picture of the property from the street. This is from Middle Belt Road. As you can see, it's a pretty clear property. It's basically a hayfield at this point. It only has a few trees that need removing. Most of it is pretty flat, which is good for a new development. There's not really much that needs to be done to the property. So here's a picture of the plat book. As you can see, this is 8 different lots that's being included in this purchase. The purchase is about $552,000 for all these lots, and it's about 6.5 acres, so it'll be definitely sufficient in size. So we'll talk a little bit about the demographics of Romulus. So the demographics are pretty similar to the Michigan and national averages, but it also has a higher population density than the averages. We're at about 659 people per square mile, whereas the Michigan and national averages are about 100. The gender ratio is about 1-to-1 male to female, and 48% of people are married. The people of Romulus are also very family oriented. The city of Romulus hosts a lot of different family oriented events, and the people really enjoy all of these events. The median income in Romulus is $44,727. That's actually slightly lower than the Michigan and national averages. The most common employment types of Romulus residents are in customer service, industrial, and technological fields. So, for market history and growth, um, the area that was selected is basically in an industrial area. There's a lot of mixed in residential, and it's not too far from where it's all residential, so it's in a pretty good area. Also in the area, there's a lot of different properties for sale. Um, it's all zoned industrial and commercial. So the according to the city of Romulus, it's expected to grow for businesses here exponentially in the future. For site preparation and facilities, for permits, there's not very many permits that are required in the city of Romulus. It's about a total of $2,600 for soil erosion, driveway permits, and building inspections. Utility setup, I'm looking at about $4,150 from everything, or for everything from water, electrical, sewer, gas, phone, internet, stuff like that. For site clearing and preparation, I'm looking at a total of about $18,000, which really isn't that bad. There's not that much to do with or for clearing and grading the land. It's pretty flat. So the most expensive thing really is going to be the paving. So here's a little bit about the parking lot setup. As you can see up at the top, facing Middle Belt Road, we have a used inventory, which is about 185 parking spaces. You can see the used vehicle sales department is on that same side. Off to the left, facing Ecourse Road, is our new inventory. Parking space is about 260, and that's the new vehicle sales department's facing that as well. Out back, we have some employee parking and some service parking. And then also a little bit of extra room for new and used inventory. You can see the blue is the parts department. The lighter orangish red is a service department. The bottom is the service drive, and then the customer corridor is the yellow piece in the middle of the building. We're going to get into the building specifics in a minute. So this is a good diagram that shows the customer traffic, employee traffic, and delivery traffic. The way that the dealership is oriented, it makes it easy for employee traffic and delivery traffic not to coincide with the customer traffic. So it'll be basically a main highway in the rear of the lot for deliveries and employees. And then also at the very bottom of the building, now you see the quick lane. That's one of the options for future expansion, kind of just built on to the other side of the service drive. Here is a diagram of the vehicle showing customer traffic and building square footage. So as you can see, used vehicle sales, new vehicle sales, parts department, service drive, service department, and then the customer corridor. Customer corridor is a pretty good spot for it's got a good waiting room for customers, snacks, drinks, coffee, things like that. The cashier's desk, the parts counters, and then a direct entrance to the service drive. So it'll make for a very convenient and comfortable spot for our customers. Okay, we'll get into a little bit of the structure of the business. So this is the management structure. It's basically 3 operations managers, which is the business manager, the variable operations manager, and the fixed operations director, all reporting to the general manager, who reports to me, the dealer principal. And then each one of the operations managers or directors has their key department managers reporting to them. As far as office structure goes, this is basically 3 receptionists and an office assistant and cashier reporting to the office manager. The HR department's pretty small. It's a HR manager and an HR assistant. New vehicle sales, this is 8 new vehicle salespeople reporting to the new vehicle sales manager. For used vehicle sales, it's very similar. It's 8 used vehicle salespeople reporting to the used vehicle sales manager. For the service department, it's set up in 3 different teams. So we have 2 shop team leads and a service advisory team lead. They all report to the service manager, and they all have their own direct reports. Each shop team lead has 6 service technicians reporting to them, and then the service advisory team lead has 4 service advisors and 3 service porters reporting to him or her. For the finance department, I'm looking at 3 finance specialists reporting to the finance manager. And the parts department is the 6 parts specialists reporting to the parts manager. So talking about parts or products and services, there's a lot of different products and services that we will supply for our customers, just like any other dealership. But there's a couple of them that are kind of notable, and they're outlined in bold. First of all, the BG vehicle maintenance products. These are a huge upsell, our customer pay upsell for the service department. Everything from battery cleaning kits, brake squeal kits, fuel injector cleaners, stuff like that. Maintenance products, basically that can be upsold to customers. Another thing is our chemical guys wash and wax products. So this is basically the exact same products that we'll be using for our that our detailers will be using to detail new and used vehicles, and they'll also be on display in the parts department for sale to customers. So they can buy the same quality products that we are using to clean their vehicles. The next thing is the personalized vehicle purchase tours. So this basically takes all the guesswork out of a customer's purchase, out of their entire purchase. So it's basically a salesperson will get a little bit of information about what the customer needs in their vehicle, and then they will make a personalized tour of around 5 or 6 vehicles, all pulled out so that the customer can go around and just look at these vehicles. And this really will save them the guesswork of trying to find what types of vehicles they like. It'll save them the time of walking or driving around the whole lot, looking at different vehicles or having to pick out 1 or 2 to look at a time. This will be on the salesperson to make this possible for the customer. And the last thing is our maintenance track. So this is basically an online maintenance tracking system. Customers can log in and look at their previous maintenance and also upcoming services that'll be needed. They'll get notified and stuff when they actually need services on their vehicle. So as for planned sales activities, we're going to do a launch deal for the first 1 to 3 months of the dealership opening. This is basically going to be all vehicles 15% less than MSRP. Also 15% less than a normal price for used vehicles. So an ongoing deal for new vehicles. It'll be continuous at all times. It'll be 5% less than MSRP, and that is our promise to our customers. We'll also run a Christmas deal in the month of December. It'll be a previous model year. So if it's 2020, the 2019 model years will be sold for 15% less than MSRP. And then finally, we're going to monitor and use all manufacturer deals. So as far as financials goes, the estimated startup cost of LaFleche Ford is about $16.5 million. But the projected income for the first 2 years here, income year 1, we got around $341,000 or for net income, and for year 2 net income, we're looking at about $650,000. So in summary, we talked a little bit about the business vision and mission of LaFleche Ford. We talked a little bit about the location and market of the business, the information about site preparation and facility planning. We talked about the organization and structure of the business. I highlighted the key products and services and sales activities, and then we discussed the financials in brief. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. And thanks for listening.